Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's weekend going? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hopefully, you're all having a great day. Hopefully, you're all ready for this Giants Yankees game that's going to go down here in the next hour and a half or so. So the lineup is out. We'll talk about the lineup, but we'll talk about a couple of other things too. Because over the last week, folks, some fans have been in a panic mode. So that's why the title there as part of the show is it time to panic? We'll talk about it, right? But shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get those likes up. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe and share this channel out with everybody. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got Stephen B in the chat. We got Jonathan in the chat. We got Petruzzi in the chat. We got Ken in the chat. OG is in the building. What's up, man? We also got the other Jacob. We got Frederick in the chat right now. What's up there? So we got Petruzzi and Frederick. Tiffany Johnson is in the building. And we got Dev Finch in the building. So what's up? So yeah, I wanted to go over this because fans were in like a big freaking panic mode. It was just like, we're only, the Yankees are about to play their 15th game of the season. Last week, you're about 10 to 12 games into the season, and folks were already freaking out, saying that the Yankee, this is the kind of season that the Yankees are going to have. It's going to be a 2023 repeat. It's going, this team just doesn't have it. It's going to be a failure of a season. They didn't make enough moves and whatnot. So some fans are saying that the Yankees need to make a move. So folks are freaking out. And now listen. That the series against the Tigers, that was a rough series. I mean, they ended up losing that series. I mean, at least Max Fried came and made up for those two losses, and he made up for it big time. I mean, shout out to Max Fried for pitching like an ace in that game. It was definitely miserable in Detroit. It was just straight up miserable in Detroit. The weather was terrible, so it wasn't baseball conditions, but what are you going to do? You still got to go out there. You still got to go out and play. The pitching wasn't great in the Detroit series. The bullpen wasn't too bad. The bats though were the story, right? The bats were very quiet, very cold. Pun intended on that. So, they just were not alive in that series against the Tigers. What up, Desiree? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. But the bats they were just terrible, and again, fans got into this panic mode all of a sudden. Now I understand right now with the Yankees, they're not exactly. I'm not going to call them a complete team as of right now because, yeah, clearly they have injuries to the team. There's guys that are missing, right? But we're getting some good news, right, from the beat writers. Clark Schmidt. Right, Brian Hogue put out a tweet just a little bit ago. Clark Schmidt should be coming back to this team this week, right, against the Royals. He should be your starter on Wednesday. They have the Royals series that starts tomorrow. All right, and then Gary Phillips did put out this tweet, and the tweet says Aaron Boone said Giancarlo Stanton is still mainly hitting off the trajectory machine in addition to more outdoor movement. Boone likened the machine to getting live at bats, but said Stanton is, quote, getting close to the real thing. So, it sounds like Giancarlo Stanton is slowly but surely making some progress in his recovery, right? Obviously, as I always say, he's somebody you don't want to rush. You don't want to rush him, right? Let him take his time. I mean, he's a guy, unfortunately, he's somebody that gets hurt every year. And with his injuries, you never want to rush him back. You got to take your time with him. It's a pain in the butt, but what are you going to do? So you got to take your time with a guy like Giancarlo Stanton. So he's trending in the right direction, right? Luis Hill I believe he should be starting his throwing program this week. So, he'll be on his way back, hopefully sooner rather than later. Although, with the lat strain, I know with an injury like that, you never want to rush a player coming back from that either. So you got to make sure he's taking his time. Um, so hopefully he'll be back. And when we're talking about the rotation, yeah, the rotation is a bit of a the rotation is a problem for sure as of right now, right? I mean, we saw what Marcus Stroman did on Friday night. That was one of the worst outings ever, right? And now he's on the 15-day IL. I can't see this guy getting back into the rotation, nor should he, right? But right now, yeah, the rotation is a little bit incomplete. But who would have predicted that you would have had 3 out of your 5 starters hurt, right? You have one guy who's out for the season, for the rest of the season with Tommy John. That's Garrett Cole. Unfortunately, Garrett, Luis Hill started the season was hurt during spring training with a lat injury. Clark Schmidt was having issues with his shoulder, so. I mean, 3 out of your 5 starters, who would have predicted that? And the rotation is going to be a little bit incomplete. And, but slowly but surely, the reinforcements are going to come back, right? And real quick, we got Bill P in the building. What's up, Bill? D-Train, it's been a while, man. What's going on there? D-Train. Theo Harris is in the building. And, let's see, Stephen B. Let me get to a few of the comments, actually. Stephen B says, and if he thinks it's because they didn't hit good pitching on Tigers. Good pitching beats good hitting 99% of the time. Well, very much so. But, the Tigers, I mean, going into that series, I mean, I just knew that they weren't a team to sleep on. I thought, they could have won 2 out of 3, but they're not a team you sleep on. I knew that. I knew for sure, and I'm sure a lot of us knew that the Tigers were going to be a problem this season. They made some good moves. Theo Howard says, as long as he's healthy for the postseason, that's all we need from him. And I know you were referring to Giancarlo Stanton. Yeah, for sure, man. Playoff Stanton's, we all know he's a different story in the postseason. I don't know what it is, but hey, I'm not complaining. Ken says the season is 13 games into the season. Definitely no need to make a move as we approach May. The weather's going to get better. Breaking balls are going to have more movement. Pitchers will be better. I see this point. I completely agree with. I know a lot of folks were like, mentioning players that the Yankees could go after, but I don't see the Yankees doing any of that. Now, if it gets completely bad, maybe it might force their hand. But as of right now, they're not going to. It's as simple as that. So I think they're going to stay put with who they have and what they have. They're going to wait for their reinforcements to come back, and then let's see what happens, right? So we got Lou in the building. I see a few folks coming in. Lou in the building. Jose Sanchez in the building. What's up, man? How's it going? So we talked about Luis Hill coming back. Clark Schmidt is obviously coming back. Giancarlo Stanton, he's trending in the right direction. There's other names, right? Jonathan Loaisiga, he'll be back around May or June. Hopefully this guy, with Loaisiga, God, if he can just stay healthy, he's just got to stay healthy. Health is the biggest thing, or else when guys like Loaisiga, when he's on his game, he's on his game. JT Brewbreaker, right? He's another guy that he's hasn't really seen much pitching with the Yankees. I mean, as you all remember, he got hit by a ball that came back to him and fractured a few of his ribs. So, he was out for the count. And hopefully we see Clayton Beeter at some point, right? Clayton Beeter, he's another guy that, I want to see him pitch more. I think Clayton Beeter has a lot of potential. I like his pitching repertoire. I like his movement. I like his delivery. So, I mean, Clayton Beeter is another good player or another good pitcher. Obviously, I'll mention Scott Effross, but in my opinion, I think Scott Effross is a lost cause. That's what I think. I think he's a lost cause. So, pitching wise, yeah, the Yankees are a little bit incomplete, but they're doing everything that they can. The bullpen in particular has been pretty decent. I mean, Luke Weaver. Now there was a big panic when it came to Devin Williams. Now Devin Williams, yeah, he started out the season struggling a little bit. It has been a little bit rough for him, but generally speaking, historically, he does start the season off pretty slow. He does struggle. He just does. I mean, it's just how it's been for him historically. So this isn't just because he's with the Yankees he's struggling. No, he struggled in the past too, and he does turn it around in the following months. He does start to play a lot better. So that's hopefully it does trend that way. After this month, March and April is a slow month for him, and then he starts heating up. Yesterday was an exception, right? Yesterday, his outing against the Giants looked a lot better. It looked a little rough there, right? Because there was two runners on, second and third, and I'm sure some of us got a little nervous. I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. And then I'm sure some folks were like, "All right, here we go again." But after those two runners, right, that on second and third, he started shutting it down. Right, he started shutting it down. He looked great. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. Like that was an excellent outing. He closed the game out. It was a good feeling, right? So happy for Devin Williams. Hopefully he has more opportunities like that. But he hasn't really had to pitch much, right, for the Yankees. For one, Yankees were just blowing games out, big time. Two, he was on the paternity list, so he was out for 3 or 4 days since since he became a father, which congrats to him. But on a bright spot though, folks, yesterday I will say I was very impressed with Will Warren. I was very happy with what he did. Looked solid. I mean, I think he pitched a lot better than what a lot of us expected. I mean, he went 5 innings, struck out 6, gave up a couple of runs, couple of walks, but he had a very solid outing. His pitches were looking were sharp. He was right on target. He pitched into a lot of 3-2 situations, but found a way to get out of it. He didn't lose his composure. He didn't lose his cool. He still kept it. He was fine. He got his first major league career win. So congratulations to to Will Warren. Now, with a guy like Will Warren, you have to practice patience, right? Just like any of the young players, any of the rookies, you got to practice. You have to have patience with these guys. We should all be happy that they're getting opportunities, right? Will Warren, Jason Dominguez, Ben Rice. These guys are getting opportunities. JC Escaro, who was in the Yankees lineup, today, he's getting some opportunities. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Right, the Yankees are giving the young guys an opportunity. You got some experienced players on the team. You got some veterans. So the Yankees have a good mix. They just got to get it together. They have to find it. Right, they have to find it. So I think the Yankees are going to be fine. I'm not panicking. I mean, they're about to play game number 15. It's way too early to panic. I think people need to pump the brakes. Now, we got to see where this team is around May or June. Now, if things are looking bad, then it might be time to panic, right? But we're 15 games. The Yankees are about to play game number 15. We're still in the month of April, so I think people need to chill. But with that being said, all right. With that being said. Let's go over the lineup for the Yankees. We'll talk a little predictions. All right, we'll talk some predictions. So let me pull it up on the screen here. We'll go over the lineup. We'll go over predictions, and then we'll talk about food. Right, everybody's favorite segment, food. Right. So let me zoom in here a little bit so y'all could see it. Right. So there it is, folks. Let me make this full screen. I do apologize. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Cool. D-Train real quick says, yeah, Warren was good, but he has to limit the walks. So he does. Yeah. And he only had 2 walks yesterday. So that was good to see. Now, here's your starting lineup, folks. Ben Rice leading off. He'll be DHing. Ben Rice, who's been, red hot as of late. He's been looking good. Aaron Judge will be at right field, batting second. Cody Bellinger batting third. He'll be playing center field. Paul Goldschmidt is batting cleanup. He'll be playing first base. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is batting fifth. He'll be playing second base. Anthony Volpe will be batting sixth. He'll be playing shortstop. Jason Dominguez will be batting seventh. He'll be playing left field. JC Escara is taking over catching duties today, so Austin Wells gets a day off. He'll be batting eighth. He'll be at the dish. Oswaldo Cabrera is playing third base again in this series, so he'll be batting ninth. And on the mound today, folks, it is Carlos Rodon. Folks in the chat, tell me what you all think about this lineup. How do you all feel about this lineup? I mean, the lineup looks like it's the same as it was yesterday, with the exception of JC Escara. He'll be in the lineup today, so I hope it'll be. Let's see what this lineup can do. Hopefully, they could come away with a win. The San Francisco Giants have Logan Webb taking over pitching duties today, so I like the lineup. The lineup just needs to make it happen. For me, obviously the guy that needs to step up the most, right? There's a couple of guys, but for me, the one name that I'm looking at right now, and I'm looking at you there, Mr. Jazz Chisholm Jr. You need to pick it up, man. Batting average as of right now is way down. I feel like he's forcing it too much at the plate. He needs to improve. He absolutely needs to improve. He needs to pick it up. He needs to turn it around at the plate. Too many strikeouts. I'm not liking it. He absolutely needs to make something happen. All right. He needs to have better at bats. And D-Train says he would swap Jason with Jazz. I respect that. That's fine. I respect that. But I think, Dominguez for the time being, I think he will. I think he's going to bat where he is right now until he shows more consistency at the plate, which Dominguez has been. He's been looking good, but I don't mind this lineup. This lineup is fine. The only thing I would say is Jason with Jazz. I would honestly put Volpe after Goldschmidt in all honesty. That's probably about the only change that I would make. Other than that, I mean, I have no complaints with the lineup. The lineup, it is what it is. I mean, if Dominguez was once he shows more consistency, I would love to swap positions with him and Jazz. I mean, that would be ideal. But I think for now, they're going to leave him where he is. But that's just my take. But folks in the chat, what do we got for Carlos Rodon? How do we think he's going to pitch today against the San Francisco Giants, his former team? Now, I know Rodon he's always a hot topic, right? He's a guy that fans like to talk about. I know a lot of fans don't. There's some fans that don't like him. I'm a fan of him. I think he's a good pitcher. I think he, when he's on his game, he's on his game. Yeah, he's prone for the long ball. We all know that. But I think I would say that there's always like games where he doesn't pitch well in the first couple of innings, and then teams score on him, but then he turns it around, right? There's other games where he has a very strong outing. He pitches a good solid 4 or 5 innings, and then opposing teams start to figure it out, and then they do score on him, but sometimes the bats don't come through for him. Sometimes he has these solid outings, and then it's just the Yankees bats go cold. But folks in the chat, once again, what do we got for Carlos Rodon? How do we think he's going to pitch today? What are your predictions? What are we thinking for Rodon today? How do you think he will pitch against this San Francisco Giants team? But let's get to the predictions here. So D-Train dropping the predictions. He's saying Rodon will give us 6 innings with 2 earned runs with 5 strikeouts. Okay. Lou thinks 4 runs, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. Yeah, so I have him going 6 innings. Personally, I got him going 6 innings, but I think he's going to go 6 strikeouts instead of 7. I think he'll go 6 strikeouts, 6 innings. with a team like the Giants, I mean, they got some players in that lineup that could hit, they could score runs, right? They're a little pesky team, and they have a good record right now, so they're looking good in the NL West. But I have Rodon going 6 innings, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. I got him going 2 walks. I think he'll give up 3 runs. I think one of those runs will be a home run ball. Like I said, I hate to say it, but he is prone for the home run, for the long ball. But that's what I think. But let's see. Sean Browning says 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 9 Ks, 2 walks. Sweet. Jose Sanchez says 7 innings, 1 run, 9 strikeouts. I dig that, man. Ken is going 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks, 3 walks, 1 home run. So, okay. Hi there, Miss Susan. How are you? Frederick, just to answer your question, well, let's see. I mean, since it's an NBA question, it's all good. What do I got winning that game? I'll just answer that question just for the fun of it. You know what, man? I'll go Clippers. Hey, Ronnie, morning. How are you, Ronnie? Good to see you as always there. Hi. Hi, sir. How are you? Are you feeling a lot better? What's up, Ronnie? How's it going, man? But cool. So a few of us got our predictions in for Carlos Rodon. All right. So who's everybody's home run prediction? Who's hitting a home run today? Who's hitting a home run in today's game? How's it go? What are we thinking? What's the weather like in New York? Is it going to still be raining? Let's see. Nah, they're showing cloudy. It says it's cloudy, so at least it ain't raining. So that's a good thing. But what do we got? Oh, I'm calm. I'm just very happy to see you, Rodney. My day is not complete if you don't call me a big head. Got to watch out for Lee and man, Yetsmersky. For sure. Got to watch out. Yeah, let's see. No rain, like 50 for sure. But who do we got? Jonathan saying Judge is due for a home run. I completely agree with that. My thoughts on the Dodgers losing to 16-0 last night. I guess it happens. I mean, it's baseball. You never know. But if I'm a Dodgers fan, I'm not panicking. Sean Browning's going Judge Belly on bold prediction. Escara first MLB homer. You know what, man? I'm going Judge and Escara. For home runs. Judge and Escara. Those are my 2 picks. Susan says sunny here in Brooklyn. Sweet. Okay. Let's see. No rain, so cool. Susan's going Ben Rice for a homer for sure. Cool. Any other home run predictions? Like I said, I got Judge and JC Escara hitting home runs. That's who I think is. Those are my home run predictions. Ronnie's going Jazz, Judge, and Wells. Wells is not in the lineup, bro. Escara is taking over catching duties today, sir. Just so you know. I could pull up the lineup one more time if you want. I'll do it for you, Ronnie. Jose Sanchez says Judge, Bellinger, Dominguez. Okay. I like it. I'm going 2 today. I'm going 2 home runs. Usually I go 3, but I decided to change it up. All right, Desiree's going Judge and JC. All right, you and I, we're on the same page, Desiree. Let's go. Cool. Any other home run predictions? What do we got? Ronnie's complaining. Poor guy. I think Ronnie needs a hug. Not for me, but D Train's going Rice, Judge, and Jazz. I dig it. Okay. Anyone else? Says not Wells. Okay, well, it's all good. So you got the other 2 then. You got Jazz and Judge going home runs. I got you. That's cool, man. Any other predictions before we move on? Home run predictions? Ken's going Volpe. Okay. I like it, Ken. I like it. Ronnie's going Bellinger. All right. Sean Browning says Ronnie needs a hugger. Yeah, probably. Stephen B's got Judge and Volpe. Sweet. I dig it. Who else we got, folks? Any more predictions before we move on? All right, let's move on. All right, score predictions for today's game. What are we thinking, folks? Yankees come away with a series win. What do we got? Ronnie's doesn't drink coffee. All right, well, maybe some water, some tea. Hopefully you don't drink energy drinks. I mean, I'm not judging folks who drink energy drinks. It's just not my thing. I do oppose them, but that's a conversation for a different day. But yeah, what do we got for score predictions, folks? What are your score predictions? Jose Sanchez going 7-1 Yankees. I like it. Jonathan's going 6-4. Susan's going 6-5. Okay. I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna go 7-5. I'm going 7-5. That is my prediction for today's game. For today's score, I'm going 7-5. All right. So 7-5. That's what I'm sticking with. 7-5. Let's see some more score predictions, and then we'll move on to the last two. Ken is going 6-2 to boys. Stephen B is going 6-1, and he's giving us his Rodon prediction. 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 runs. Mr. Instigator is going 9-1. Okay, Rodney, I see you. Ronnie thinks the Yankees are going to crush Logan Webb. They're going to crush him. All right. So, any other score predictions? What do we got, folks? What are we thinking? San Francisco Giants, there, Lou. It's the final game of the series. Yankees are going to try and win it. Ronnie says Daddy's back, so they got this. Okay, I'll see you, bro. Cool. All right, so although the Yankees have been a lot better when it came to this, although I don't want to ruin anything, but do the Yankees hit into double plays at all? They haven't really been hitting into a lot of double plays, which is good. It's great to see, but do you all think that the Yankees hit into any double plays? And speaking of double plays, I know there was reports of DJ LeMahieu in Tampa. Sounds like he's slowly but surely making some progress. So I know a lot of folks were like, all right, double plays incoming, right? Some folks are saying this, but I think DJ will be. I know he'll be back, but even with him coming back, I don't think that they'll hit into a lot of double plays. But double play predictions, anyone? What do we think the Yankees will hit into any double plays today? I'll go 0. I'll say 0. I don't think they'll hit into any double plays. Okay, Desiree is giving a 7-3 prediction for sure. 7-5 for me. So yes, indeed. Susan's going 1 double play. All right, so you think they'll hit into 1? I hope they don't hit into any, but we'll see. But what do we got, folks? Let's see some more predictions. What do we got? Jose Sanchez says 0 double play. Sweet. Who else we thinking? Susan's hedging her bets. I got you. What other home run predictions do we have? What are we thinking? Or excuse me, double play predictions. And then we'll move on to everybody's favorite segment. What do we got? I'll play the Jeopardy music next time. Frederick is going 100 to nothing over Yankees over San Fran. That's hilarious. All right, let's talk food, people. Let's talk food. What's for lunch? What's for breakfast? What's for brunch? What are we thinking? What do we got for food? Who's eating what? This is where everybody should be participating. Quit it with the soundboard? No, we're gonna continue with the soundboard. Sorry, Ronnie. I mean, maybe I'll get some violins or something playing. But what do we got? Come on, folks. Let's bring on the food. What are we doing for food? Biscuit and gravy? Ooh, that sounds good. I do like me some biscuit and gravy. Ken is going shrimp po' boy sandwich. Okay, okay. Little seafood sandwich action. I see you there, Ken. Cool. That's awesome. What else we got? What else we thinking? What are you all in the mood for? What are you all in the mood for? Yeah, you could. You wish, Rodney. Oh, you sent me the Giants lineup. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same, but yeah, the Giants lineup looks like Ramos is leading off. Adames is batting second. Lee is batting third. Flores is batting fourth. Chapman batting fifth. Matos is batting sixth. Schmidt is taking over first base duties. Bailey will be at the dish. And Kos, yeah, Kos is batting ninth. He'll be at second base. And Logan Webb is your starter for the San Francisco Giants. Thanks there, Frederick. Yeah. You're in the mood for the Guardians to win today? Well, that's good. Hey, veteran Capybara, what's going on? Says, what's happening, friends? He's having leftover Popeyes chicken and salad for lunch and cooking chicken fajitas and a batch of chili for the week. Woohoo. That sounds good. Dev Finch is having wings. All right, Dev. This is way too early for you there, Cat. It's never early for me, bro. My sleep schedule is like all over the place. So it's never early for me, sir. Nothing much for food right now. Out on service call, shopping after I get back. Ooh, you're working today there, Stephen B? Bro, you need to give yourself a day off, man. I mean, I respect you trying to make that money, making that cash, but got to get that day off, man. Desiree making you hungry with sausage and gravy. Okay. Good food choices for some of y'all. Oh, you're on call. I got you there, man. Bro, I mean, you got to take. I mean, even if you're on call, man, you got to let the bosses know. Again, I respect it. I respect the grind. I respect what you do, but got to give yourself a day off, man. You work a lot, right? Again, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. You do what you got to do. Provide for the family. Make that money. Sean Browning's having ramen. Okay. That's cool. Cool. So we got some food choices there. And I'll tell you what, folks, it's one of those rare occasions now. I will put the link out to the open panel. All right. So I'll do an open panel. We'll rock out till about 1 o'clock or so. We'll rock out till about 1. All right. I'll put the link out to the open panel. So if folks want to come on, we could talk. So there's the link right there if you want to join, if you want to come up, and we could chat a little bit. All right. So again, one of those rare moments where I do an open panel. Last time I did it was on opening day. That was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. So today I want to do one. I decided to do one. So for anybody who wants to come up, feel free to come up. If it's your first time, if you've never done an open panel, understood. I won't, obviously I'll make sure you feel comfortable. It's a little nerve wracking sometimes, being in camera and a bunch of people seeing you, but you do find comfort with it over time. So like I said, open panel is right there. That's the link. So for anybody who wants to jump on, feel free to jump on. I just want to ask a few questions, and I want to get everybody's. I want to get some opinions. I want to see what you all are thinking. I'm definitely not a therapist. Far from it. I'm far from a therapist there, Rodney. I think you're the therapist. But the link is right there for anybody who wants to jump on. If not, I'll probably end the stream here in a little bit. But hopefully, the Yankees. While we're waiting, hopefully the Yankees can come away with a series win. And oh man, Rodney is in a mood, man. I see you in the back, bro. I see you in the back. How are you? You ready to come up, man? You want me to bring you up? If you want to come up, just give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up, man. If you want to come up, I can't hear you, so if you want to come up, I'll bring you up. Cool. So we got Rodney in the back. I'll bring you up, and then let me bring up Ken. I see Ken in the back. You want to come up too, man? Give me a thumbs up. Cool. Let's bring up Ken. Let's fix this real quick. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Damn, you got the oldest dirt guys on here.
Nah, you know what, man? I always appreciate older folks, man.
There's so much wisdom. There's so much wisdom here.
There's so much what?
Wisdom.
Oh, wisdom. Oh,
is that why you put it? Is that why you put it on first? Because you thought we'd die?
Nah, you two are the only ones that came up so far. I think everybody else might be a little scared, but hey.
I'm a little bit frightened to be on screen.
Even though you do open panels every week, Ken, come on.
I was just joking.
I know, but let me ask you all some questions. So a couple of questions, right? Well, like I said, we'll rock out till about 1. So I'll start with the big dog. You think fans are overreacting with how the Yankees have been playing as of late? You think they're overreacting?
Excuse my French, but it's fucking April. Calm the fuck down. Jesus Christ, we play until October? It's April. It's April. We ain't even got to the dog days of summer yet. That's why I just laugh. I'm like, it's April.
Right.
This ain't the NFL go 18 weeks. I mean,
right.
Yeah,
so
calm down.
That's what I'm thinking too, right? Because there's a couple of people. I'm in this Discord group that I'm on with some other fans, and there was one person, and it's nothing, personal. Everybody couldn't have their opinion, but he was like panicking over Devin Williams and panicking over the Yankees team. But it's like, hey, we're only 12 games in at the time, right? This isn't game 160. It's not like they're competing for a wild card spot, right? So, yeah, it's April. It's too freaking early. So, I think there's obviously this team could turn it around, and once they get the reinforcements coming back, right, I think they're going to be fine. But Ken, same question to you. Obviously, I think I know what you're going to say, but do you think it's just ridiculous or you think it's reasonable for the fans to be overreacting?
So, do I think that we should be raising the white flag and surrendering the season? Well, the answer is no, I do not. Sort of, like I said, 13, 14 games into the season, nobody loses the postseason in April.
True.
Yeah,
go ahead.
The weather has been cold. We have a lot of pitchers who throw breaking balls, sinkers. Those pitches don't work well when it's cold. We haven't gotten out of a cold streak yet. And if you look at last year, we started in a dome in Houston. We went to Arizona where it was warm, and the pitchers were jiving. We have started completely the opposite this year. We're in rainy tundra hell. And we had some injuries. We had injuries last year, but the support people that we don't have that depth because the support people got hurt during spring training too. Brubaker was supposed to be one that was supposed to come in and be able to spot start for us. His first outing, he takes a shot off the ribs, fractured ribs, hasn't thrown since. Clayton Beater, He was going to be one of our guys that was supposed to be able to come in and spot start. Got injured. Then they decided to move him into the pen as an asset, and he hasn't pitched yet. So some of the backline depth that we have for the rotation just isn't there. Are we going to pull up another rookie, Cam Schlittler? Possibly. Is he ready? Probably not. So
I don't think he's ready.
if we pull him now, we're probably going to see Will Warren 2.0 from last year. You may get some good starts out of him, but for the most part, he's going to get smacked.
I'm not keen on bringing up Schlittler this season at all. I mean, unless if it's an absolute emergency, then sure. But I don't think he's ready for the majors yet. But
No.
he certainly has a lot of potential. So I think he will be brought up at some point. Not this season though. It could be next year. It could be the season after. Just kind of depends on his development. But he has shown that he has potential. So yeah.
The kid that got brought up when Stroman went on the IL. What do you know about him?
Winans. The only thing I know about him is that he's pitched a couple of seasons for the Atlanta Braves. He was drafted by the Mets back in 2018, but he was a member of the Atlanta Braves. Pitched a couple of years.
Is he a starter? Is he a bullpen arm? What exactly is he?
I want to say he's a bullpen arm. Again, I'm not the most familiar with him. He was a guy that was, I believe, picked up on waivers. I think he was let go by the Braves, and the Yankees decided to pick him up. So I think it was just more pitching depth. So I'm assuming he's probably, I want to say he's a reliever, but he was they did activate him to the major league roster. So now I do. Yeah, go ahead.
I was trying to put together, that I do on my channel, I do the pre-series reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to put something together for the Royals series. We don't have any starters identified for that series yet.
Brian Hoke. So let me pull up his tweet. He did put out a tweet. So Brian Hoke put out a tweet saying that Max Fried will pitch on. Well, no, I'll start with this. Carlos Carrasco is tomorrow. Max Fried is on Tuesday. Clark Schmidt will be on Wednesday.
Holy shit. Okay.
Nice reaction.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Can we ban people for stupid comments?
Nah, they could give their comments as long as they're not disrespecting you or anybody else.
Mr. Cheesecake handled it. I'm sitting here seething, but Mr. Cheesecake took care. Mr. Cheesecake took care of it because Stanton can go. Somebody said Stanton can go now. Mr. Cheesecake just flew back like he was mentally connected me, Mr. Cheesecake.
No, so I do see Li Yankee King's comment there. Which shout out to Li. What's up, bro? He says the Yankees don't need Giancarlo Stanton anymore. He's definitely very big on Ben Rice, but anybody who knows Li, he's very big on the young players. He wants the prospects to get a chance. Listen, Li can have his takes on this. That's fine, but dude, Li, listen. I like Ben Rice. I like Ben Rice just as much as the next person. But when Stanton is ready to come back, there's no way that they're going to sit that guy on the bench. They're not going to DFA him or anything like that.
Ben Rice, Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah.
Ben Rice.
But let me.
Mr. World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But real quick before we continue, I do have Jonathan waiting in the back. You ready to go, man? Cool. I'll bring you up to the stage. So we got Jonathan in the building too. So
Jonathan,
what's up there, bud? I do want to ask this question to you as well. Do you think the fans are overreacting, panicking too soon? Even though yes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's only April 13th. It's April 13th. This is not September. If this was September 13th, then I would understand the panic.
Mm-hmm.
but it's April 13th. You have to remember seasons like 78. They were down 14 games and they won the World Series. You
Yeah.
have to calm down. I mean, well, go to Colorado and smoke some pot.
I mean, I won't do it, but I live here.
Well,
So.
but
I will.
these
I
fans
know you
should.
will.
These fans should.
All right, but all right. So, with you all answering that question, what is? Let me ask you guys this question, and we'll go around the circle here again. So, as of right now, I know it's the Yankees are about to play game number 15. It's still early in the season. I'm with all of you guys on this. I think people are overreacting just a little too much, and I want to know from you guys. And I do see Li Yankee King waiting in the back. I'll bring you up here momentarily, bro. So give me just a second. I want to know how you guys feel. What are your biggest concerns right now with this team from what you have seen with your own eyes? Like, what is your biggest concern? And I'll start with Rodney again.
I'm going to steal from Ken.
Okay.
It's a lack of situational hitting.
Okay.
I mean, it is straight a lack of situational hitting. I mean, not taking up there free swinging, not taking pitches. I mean, come on now. I mean, and if you're not producing, then drop it like Jazz. I love Jazz, but they should drop Jazz's ass down in the lineup.
No sound. Your sound is off.
Mine's off.
No, my sound was
Oh.
off. But thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, I had muted myself just in case if there was any noise outside or something. But yeah, no, I do agree with you. With the situational hitting, it's still a little bit of a concern. They do show some, they do well in some games. Other games, it's like a foregone conclusion. But I'm right there with you there, Rodney. And Jazz does need to move down in the lineup.
They show glimpses of what they could be
Mm-hmm.
when they're all on the same page.
Yeah. Oh,
But
cool. I thought you were going to add to it.
No, but they go off. They go off the rails. See, they get home run happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, look, dude, Dominguez. You know what? Believe it or not, Dominguez is the one who doesn't do it. He's just up there trying to make contact.
For sure. Yeah. So let me throw that same question to Jonathan. Your biggest concern with the Yankees.
Yeah, right now from what I've seen early in the season, it's hitting it with runners in scoring position and not working the pitcher. They need to work the pitcher more for that game against I think who was it Burns or the game against Burns? You remember how
Arizona? Okay.
Yeah. That one game they had early in the year, and that starter just went 8 innings, and they.
You're talking about Zach Gallen, right?
Gallen, yeah.
You're talking about Zach Gallen, yeah.
I knew it was Arizona. The game against Gallen is what I'm concerned about. Is when the Yankees do not take their walks, they swing they have too much of a too much of a pull happy sometimes early in the game, and they need to work when they pitch against good pitching. They need to work the pitcher, take the walks, and try to get on base any way it's possible, not just hit for the home run. Because if they always go for the pull happy home run, they're going to strike out too much.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, Zach Gallen, though, I mean, he's got some pretty filthy stuff. I mean,
yes,
the
Yankees
have no answer.
We've faced many pitchers in the past. We have to treat pitchers like Gallen, just like we did Pedro. We worked
Mhm.
Pedro until he couldn't pitch anymore, and then we got to the bullpen. That's the same way you have to work a guy like Gallen. You cannot get Gallen into the seventh inning with 90 pitches.
Yeah. No, I understand, but Gallen is who he is, though. But that was the thing, Yankees. The Yankees teams in the past, whenever they went up against good pitching, whether it was Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson, I mean, guys like that, it's like the team struggled because the pitchers were just that damn good.
Yeah.
That's just the way it
And
is. And
that's why you
sometimes
have to work them and get to the bullpen. You just
it's
have to make the
yeah,
pitching for 20 to 30 pitches per inning.
easier said than done though. And with some of those,
Of course, I understand. I'm just this is a question of what do you think we should do better? That is what we should do better. Work the great pitchers until we get to the bullpen.
All right, and let's get to Ken here, and I'll bring up. Once I get Ken's reaction, I'll add Li, and I'll ask the same questions to Li, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Ken.
My concern for the team at this juncture is getting length out of the starting pitching. Starting pitching hasn't been going deep into games, which as a result is causing us to pull a lot of innings out of our bullpen guys. We have a lot of real good reserves coming up, but they are still on the IL, and we cannot afford to burn our bullpen out this early in the season. Max Fried's job in Detroit was fantastic. He pulled 7 innings. We only had to cover 2. Warren yesterday, he pulled 5, but it was bad weather conditions. I think, honestly, if it would have been a decent day, he probably would have gone into the 6th and closed it out, causing less terms for our bullpen being stressed. We have the Royals coming up, and we need a sharp bullpen for them because they do have bats up and down the lineup, and we need our quality guys to be able to get in there rested and get it done. So we actually need Carlos to do something today and pitch deep into today's game.
100%. And just to give you the starting rotation for the starters for the Royal Series, real quick, and I'll add Li Yankee King. Seth Lugo will be pitching tomorrow, right? And then you got Michael Waka, and then Chris Bubich. Those are your starters.
So we're not facing Rankins.
I guess Reagan's, yeah, I guess not. So I guess that's probably a good thing.
Well, he's the one that's kicked us in the jimmy the last couple of times we faced him.
Indeed, he has.
So him not being in the rotation against us puts a smile on my face.
For sure. Yeah, no, I'm glad we don't have to face that guy. But a couple of those guys, Waka and Lugo, though, I mean, they I'm just weary of those guys. But let me bring up Li here real quick. So, you good to go, man? Gave me a thumbs up. Sweet. Let's welcome Li to the chat here. So, Li, so a couple of questions I asked the guys, and I'll ask you too. Are you in panic mode at all? Number one, and then number two, he's shaking his head no. Okay, good answer. Because I'm in agreement with you on that. Number two, what is your concern with this team as of right now?
Right now, it's not the offense. I trust the offense, but the pitching staff, it's booty cheeks. It's absolute dumpster fire. Stroman sucks. The bullpen's dog crap outside of Williams and Weaver. Nobody else I trust in that bullpen. I trust the rotation with Fried, Schmidt, Warren, Fried, Schmidt, Warren, and Heel. I
Okay.
don't trust Rodon that much.
Okay.
I would say Garrett Cole, but he's on Tommy John. He's not really an option this year.
Mm-hmm.
But that bullpen is just hope and pray, hope and pray, hope and pray. Hey, there's Weaver. Hope and pray, hope and pray. Hey, there's Williams. And with Williams, I'm not going the same nonsense of, oh, he can't pitch in New York. He can't handle New York. When I'm sorry, anybody can handle New York when the New York fans don't know what the hell they want. Day by day, minute by minute. That whole narrative is so dumb, so outplayed, so overbearingly dumb that it would not take an idiot for it to get completely and utterly wrecked, which I've been doing for years.
So, have there been? Hold on, real quick. Have there been fans really saying that Devin Williams can't handle New York?
Yes,
Interesting.
but they,
I have not seen
I've
that.
only heard that
but
from
N-
you.
but NFE, those fans are not that intelligent. They're not that smart. They haven't seen that Devin Williams has a 3.86 ERA when
Correct.
starting in March and April, and then it goes down to a whopping 2.5, and then a whopping 0.86, and then in the ones for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, Williams has historically started off slow. I mean, that's just how he is. But yeah, he does pitch better later into the season. There's no doubt. I'm not panicking about Devin Williams. I mean, I think it's
Well,
just a couple of
there's,
bad moments. What's up, Jonathan?
And by the
there's
way,
one thing we have to remember about the this pitching. We're getting
And then,
Heel
hold on. So,
and
Jonathan, before I let you continue, I do hear an echo from somebody. I don't know who it is, but
It's
uh,
it's Li.
okay, yeah, Li, just yeah, I appreciate it. Just mute it if you're not speaking, but thank you.
yeah, we are getting Heel and Schmidt back very soon, so the starting pitching will improve. Schmidt is supposed to come back next week, I think, and Heel is supposed to come back sometime in May,
Schmidt
hopefully.
is coming back this week. He's pitching on Wednesday
This
against
week,
the
yeah,
Royals.
this week. So that's gonna be one problem that will be solved. A much needed starting pitcher. And I'm not giving up on Warren. I think Warren can be a very good starting pitcher.
Mm-hmm. I'm
and
not
another
giving.
thing,
Yeah, Warren. Like I said, when it comes to Will Warren, I want to say this real quick. You gotta be patient with him. I think he's got potential. I know some folks were putting out tweets saying that well, this guy is not like an ace. He's not supposed to be. He's not an ace guy. He's at best like number 3, number 4 in your rotation, and I'm okay with that. But he looked good yesterday. He looked solid in his outing yesterday. I mean, I would love to see more outings like that. But let me ask the question to the rest of the guys because Li mentioned something about the bullpen and the pitching staff. Do you all agree with that though? With the bullpen being, do you all think the bullpen is bad, or do you all think the bullpen is managing? Like, what does everybody think? Let me kind of start. Let me start with Ken this time. What do you think?
I think the bullpen is serviceable. Fernando Cruz during spring training, I was freaking losing containment with him. He was hamburger shit. He was
Mm-hmm.
horrible during spring training. In the regular season, I haven't really seen him give up the ghost and really be out there. So I think he's serviceable. Who's the kid that we brought in, the other left-hander? He got hammered his first outing, gave up one of the grand slams.
Yarborough?
Yarborough.
Yeah.
He's held his own past the grand slam. I don't know whether it was nerves, what, but he seems to be doing all right. Leiter, I don't know. That dude scares the crap out of me. Sometimes he's fantastic. Sometimes he can't find the damn strike zone. So
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a bridge to get to the back end of the rotation. I just don't want to see 4 freaking bullpen arms come out at night and consistently do that because you're having to rely on 4 people having good stuff and being able to hit the strike zone every night. And that's not really a formula for success.
Yeah, and not to mention too, when it comes, the bullpen, you want to try and reserve them as much as possible because the Yankees aren't going to have a day off for like another 10 days or so. So they don't have a day off. So they're in for the long haul here because obviously it's final game of the series against the Giants. They got 3 more against the Rays. Or no, excuse me, three
No,
game series
Royals.
against the Royals. Excuse me. Then they travel to Tampa Bay on a 4-game series. So yeah, it's they're in for the
There's
long
one
haul.
thing. Sorry to interrupt. There's one thing that could benefit the Yankees about playing Tampa is that they know the stadium better than Tampa because they
Mhm.
played there every year in spring training.
Yeah,
Well, Tampa's not off to a great start this season either. They're not playing well.
And I believe the dimensions are the same as Yankee Stadium. So playing in Tampa is basically going to be very similar to playing at Yankee Stadium.
For sure. And Jonathan, your same question that I asked Ken with the pitching staff. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think with the pitching staff, I think right now they're bothered by injury, but I think they're going to be fine, especially once they get back Schmidt. I think Schmidt will add a much needed boost to that rotation and confidence. And Heel, when he comes back fully healthy, I think both of those guys will be an added benefit. You have to remember the Yankees have lost 3 of their starting 5 to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 of those guys coming back, I think there's room to be optimistic about the starting pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, Clark Schmidt has thrown two games at Double-A. He pitched 58 games in his first outing. He threw 61 his last outing. He's not stretched out. I think the Yankees are panicking and they're bringing him up too early. I think he needs at least 2 more starts down in the minors. And what I hope doesn't happen is that he hurts himself trying to get more out of him than he's actually capable. When he comes up, I mean, when major leaguers start the season, they're popping anywhere between 75, 85 pitches. His max has been 61. Even in Carrasco's shitty outing the other day, he threw 80 pitches. And Schmidt, historically, he doesn't fare well going through a lineup the third time.
Well, on your point, maybe they should limit him to 2 rounds through the lineup to start off to build up his pitch count.
Well, that's the Yankee staff is going to make that call. I have no freaking clue.
Well,
Just my read is they're bringing him up in a panic mood.
I understand they've lost
because Stroman and Carrasco have been such garbage.
So real quick, I'm gonna rock out for a couple more minutes, but I got a couple of people waiting. Looks like Ronnie's back. And by the way, Ronnie, sit on it. I see what you're doing backstage. And then I'm gonna bring up SGA. I know I did a pregame with SGA, but I'll get his thoughts on the San Francisco Giants. So we'll rock out for a few more minutes, and I do have to head out. So let me bring up Ronnie. I think he's just laughing his ass off backstage. There you go. And then let me bring up SGA. But Rodney, so let me we were just talking about the pitching staff for the Yankees. Are what's your biggest concern with them? Or do you have any concerns right now? You there?
Yeah. That's
right.
what I do. I got up early for this, so yeah, no, pitching, they'll be all right. I really do believe that. They'll be all right. And the one thing that I also, because I live out here,
mm-hmm.
and all I hear is they need to trade with the Yankees. They need to get a bat from the Yankees. That's all I hear. They talk out here, Ben Wright. That's all I hear is the Yankees should trade. Who was it last week? I think it was Miller last week. Or when Kirby gets back, that they could trade Kirby. Is what I heard. Yeah, Kirby's what I heard. That they should trade Kirby for Rice and somebody else. And I was like,
which team?
That ain't happening. That will not happen.
Which team are you talking about?
It's Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh,
you're in Seattle.
Oh, I thought it would be immediate. I thought you were talking about the Dodgers.
yeah, they got an overabundance of pitching out here, and that's all they talk about. And the fans are just livid.
But George Kirby for Ben Rice. Oh, that might be.
Would you do that there, Li? Because I know you're big on Ben Rice there, man.
I like George Kirby and I like Ben Rice.
Li's thinking about this.
He's thinking about it. Look at it. He's stressed about that one.
It's
Fuck it.
it's
I'll
not
screw it.
it's
I'll get
not a bad
Mutaka.
trade. You got
Screw
a
it. I'll get
big arm.
Mutaka next year. Kirby
You
could
got
be an ace for you. He gets pressure off Garrett Cole. Gets
Mhm.
pressure off Reed. The dude is a stud with the
Seattle
capital
will never do that
STUD.
trade 1-for-1.
Yeah, you'd
But
have to include some other
And
players.
if he's so
Hold
so
on,
this
SJ. Hold on. But I think Li, did you finish your point there, Li? Or are you good?
I would definitely do that and then sign Munataka next year. But
Wow.
Seattle
Okay.
just won't. But Seattle
What?
just wouldn't.
Li?
If you can get George Kirby for Ben Rice alone, I'll be like, yep, there you go. Have fun.
Whoa. Okay.
Have
That's
fun.
every
Have
day of
fun
the
in
week.
Seattle there, Rice.
That would be a fantastic trade for the Yankees.
But
Because
you
I
would
don't.
have to.
Because
You'd probably have to add like Chase Hampton or like a Spencer Jones to that. Seattle would probably want like another piece or two
Well, Seattle's hurting for
offensively.
bats. They're hurting for bats, so they're looking for people that can put the ball in play. And Rice is definitely in that category.
and to Ken's point, they want young, controllable bats.
true.
So yeah, it'd probably be Rice, Jones, and like a Rafael Flores. Just to get a backup when Mitch Haniger.
It's definitely gonna involve a package to get Kurt
As long
Kirby.
as they don't care.
Yeah, no, I understand, but yeah, it would be a package. But like I said, let me rock out for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna close it out. That way, I could get ready for the play-by-play. And then looks like we got SGA Sports Talk channel. He's a big Giants fan. So what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, go ahead.
it's great coming on the show. I'm a big fan of your channel, of all your content and videos. I think you do a great job. Keep up the grind, keep up the hard work. You're gonna go far in the future if you keep doing at the pace you're doing right now. You're gonna go far. I believe it.
Cool,
But
man.
we have to win this game today. I mean, I know it's a rubber match. I mean, we're not going to get the sweep because we took game 1 of the series. You took game 2 of the series. Game 3 is today. So we have to win this. It's not going to be a sweep, but we still need to get the win, even though I mean, I want to sweep. I mean, all Giants fans want to sweep, but we're not going to get that today. It's not going to happen.
Right.
You already won the second game of the series. It's not going to be a sweep. So,
Clearly.
I mean, what are your thoughts on today? You think that we're going to get the win today, or you think you're going to take 2 out of 3 from us?
Well, I think we'll take 2 out of 3, but I'll let me ask you this question, and then I'm going to close it out here. What are you? Is there anything you're concerned about with the San Francisco Giants?
I mean, I'm not concerned with the Giants right now. I mean, we have a lot of great players on our team. We have Fitzgerald, we have Webb, we have Ramos. I mean, I'm not concerned at this point. I mean, like, it's just like the start of the season, so I'm not like gonna jump on the bandwagon right now and say like the Giants are not gonna be a great team. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna roll with game by game, and I'm gonna assess each game by game and see how each game goes out and plays out, and then I'm gonna see how well this team performs. Cause they're not a bad team at all. Giants are not a bad team at all. They're like one of the best teams in the National League right now. So they're not a bad team. So if anybody has that idea that they're a bad team,
The thing that the Giants have is frontline pitching. Their pitching is very good. What they don't have is depth for offense. Basically, the offense, as I see it, is Wilmer Flores and Mike Yastrzemski. Those are your big bats, and those are where your runs come from. If those players get shut down on the Giants don't score.
right now the hottest player right now on the Giants is Flores. He has 6 home runs on the year. He's one of the hottest players right now on the Giants right now, Wilmer Flores.
The player that I like on the Giants who had a hitting streak broke is Lee. Lee is a very impressive athlete and player also.
Lee is actually the guy I wanted the Yankees to get when he first came. Jun Ho Lee, when he first was available, I wanted him to replace Torres.
Mhm.
Us, I mean, I like Jung Ho Lee too. Jung Ho Lee is a good player. I like his determination, grind. I like he's a great player. He when he comes up to the plate, um, he has that thing that all teammates want. Like everybody wants something like Jung Ho Lee, and I really like him.
Yeah, I was hoping the Yankees would get him.
Good contact hitter, discipline at the plate. He doesn't go after a bunch of bad pitches. So he's a top notch guy. But like I said, offense is very limited for the Giants. Matt
I mean,
Olson is hitting horribly this year.
I
I
wouldn't
mean for
agree that
me,
the Giants are limited offensively.
Chapman, I
Because
mean,
they still
excuse
got
me.
they still got Willie Adames, they still got Matt Chapman, they still got Elliot Ramos, my bad. And
for me,
they
like
have Bryce Elder coming up in the wings at any moment this season. And that dude's
for
a
me,
stud.
Go ahead, say what you need to say, and then I'm gonna ask you one last question there, SGA, and then
For me, I'm like a longtime Giants fan because I went to AT&T Park, so I got to see Madison Bumgarner, Pablo Sandoval, Buster Posey play. Got to see those players play. Like um those are some good times back in AT&T Park when I got to watch some games over there. To see those players play. Those are great. Buster Posey is now the president of baseball operations for the Giants. So he's a member of our front office staff now. So he's doing a great job running the front office, working over there in the booth and working with the Giants. Um, that's a great move for him. I think he's going to do a great job in that role. What are your thoughts on Buster Posey as a president of baseball operations, and how do you think he's going to fit in that role?
I think Buster Posey is a good baseball mind. He could have a lot of success going forward if he makes the right moves. But I've also been to a game in San Francisco. I've been to that park. That's a very nice park.
But yeah, but like there were a lot of name changes in San Francisco. I believe it was SBC Park, and then it was Pac-Bell Park,
Yes,
and there was Oracle Park.
when I went there, it was before the Oracle Park. I think it
Oh
was
no,
AT&T.
I believe it was SBC. I believe it was SBC Park. It was Pac Bell Park. It was AT&T Park and Oracle. So they went to three name changes for
As
the
I
whole for
as
the
I
so
stadium.
as
hold
I
on. So
told
let
you
me
when I went there, it was still called AT&T Park.
cool. So let me close it out with this. So SGA, what do you think? The Giants take the series today?
Um, as a longtime diehard Giants fan, the Giants are gonna take Game 3 of this series. Um, but it's gonna be tough because you've already taken game 2 of the series already from us. So it's gonna be a grind. There's gonna be some grit and determination if we want to come on and get the win in game 3.
Mm-hmm.
But the Yankees are a good team, man. The Yankees are one of the hottest teams right now. You got Aaron Judge, you got Anthony Volpe, you got Jason Dominguez on your team, bro. Your team is stacked, bro. So yeah, it's gonna be tough to take down the Yankees in game 3. I mean, but wish good luck to your team, bro. Um I don't know. I mean, your team is great, but what are your thoughts on the Yankees roster so far? Like, do you think it's stacked right now, or do you think that more players can be added to the roster?
Yeah, let me. I'll just answer that question, and I'm gonna drop everybody down after this because again, I do have to close out this live stream so I can get ready for the play-by-play. The Yankees roster right now, it is a little bit. It's at the moment it's incomplete because they got players that are hurt, but they have players on this team that could perform, that could play well. But I do believe that once they get their reinforcements coming back, this will be a much better team. and let's see what happens going moving forward. Right now, it's still early in the season. I'm not in a panic mode or anything, but I think once they get their reinforcements coming back, I think they'll be a lot better. But with that being said,
So
go ahead.
I'm
so
gonna
viewers, so
get ready for the game. I'll
Huh?
talk to you later. I'm
Yeah,
gonna get ready for the game. I'll talk
I'm
to
gonna
you
get
later.
ready too.
so
I am gonna drop everybody. SGA. I gotta cut it.
So viewers, so make sure to click that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell for NFE The Strike. Sony makes some great New York Yankees baseball content. So if you like everything this guy's doing, please go and click that like and subscribe button for his channel. I got to know him from his channel now, and I like everything he's doing on there. He's a great guy. If you get to know this guy, you should, because he's one of the greatest guys on YouTube, and I like everything he's doing. Um, but I'll see you for the play by. I'll see you for game 3 for the Yankees and Giants play by play. I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, may the best team come out with the win in the end. But I really love all your content, and I'll definitely come and check join you later on the stream when you do this again.
I appreciate you there, bud. Well, I'm
See
gonna
you
drop
later.
you down. I'll see you later.
See you.
Ken, I'm gonna drop you down as well. So I am gonna close it out here, but I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm gonna shut it down here. I'm gonna get ready for the play-by-play. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you for the continued support for the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. We did rock out for a little bit here, so some good conversations. What's up, Joel? I'm gonna shut the stream down here, Joel. But I'll see you for the I'll see you for the play-by-play. I hope. All right. But thanks for coming in, man. But thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna shut this down here. I'll see you all here in about less than 15 minutes. Make sure you all hit that like button on the way out if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel out. And I'll see you all soon for the play-by-play. Let's go, Yankees. We are out. See ya.